again, which is awesome. This may be following directly on from the safeguarding call that we just did, or it may not be, but either way, this is a World Tutors Day event. And the topic for today is the postgraduate certificate in professional tutoring, which we are delivering as qualified tutor in conjunction with the amazing University of Worcester, who are a force for good in the tutoring world. And my colleague Andy Hale, who was booked in to be here today to discuss the course and answer any specific questions. We've got two participants in the room, Julie and George, who are both considering participating in the PGPT. And actually, I'm going to call on you both in a second, so this is your warning. So they're here. We will do some troubleshooting. We will answer some questions, and we'll go from there. So my question to you, Julie, to start off with is, why are you interested in finding out about enrolling on the postgraduate certificate in professional tutoring?
Because I want to be better at what I do. I have a PGCE, but I recognise that teaching and tuition are very different. And although I've got the teaching, that sounds really blowing my own trumpet. Although I've got the teaching thing sorted, I want to make sure that I'm developing the tuition as well as I can do.
That's fantastic. You can blow your own trumpet around here. Don't hesitate. George, do you play the trumpet? Actually, Andy plays the trumpet. Good timing. George, why are you interested in the PGPT?
Well, I started tutoring sort of probably about six months ago, and my techniques for doing things have changed dramatically from when I first started to what I've got to now. I now produce PowerPoint slides and information, and I do a whole lot of stuff like this to make things really, really good. I'd like to get better because I'm one of these people who is a perfectionist. I would like to get better. I'd like to try to teach people better and see what I can do with it, and basically see how the whole thing goes.
Awesome. I love that motivation from both of you of, I know I'm doing things better than I was. I'd like to do them even better than that. Let me see if I can find the recording, share the recording, do all the sensible things. Bear with, please, my lovelies. Okay, so I did have it ready. Talk amongst yourselves. And
hi there.
Oh,
my name's Andy Hale. I'm one of the principal lecturers within the Institute of Education at the University of Worcester, and I'm thrilled to be with you.
Please confirm that you can hear Andy. Great, let's go. Come on, Andy.
Here today on World Tutors Day to celebrate what we've got, which is an exciting new course that we are operating in conjunction and in partnership with Qualified Tutor. Many of you will know Julia and Qualified Tutor well, and we're thrilled to be able to enter into this new partnership with this new postgraduate certificate in professional tutoring. I'm sorry I'm not able to be with you live on World Tutors Day, but I just thought I'd record a few messages for you to help with the meeting this morning. So first of all, as I say, we are thrilled to be in partnership with Qualified Tutor here at the University of Worcester in what is now this innovative new postgraduate certificate in professional tutoring. It's an online course, and this course will help to develop your understanding of theories and approaches, business models, and whether you're an established tutor or you want to pursue a career in this field, maybe you're somebody returning to education, maybe you're leaving teaching in itself, this course is probably for you. It's very flexible in that it is an online course with plenty of study time that you can direct yourself. The only real requirement that we've got for you is that we have about 2 to 4 hours per week, normally in 1 or 2 sessions, where we ask you to join us online at a specified time, and obviously that will all be advertised to you. The reason for this is because we really wanted to develop a sense of community within this course. Tutoring by its very nature can be very isolate, and we wanted to bring people together to be able to study together, but also work at their own pace. On the course, you'll explore the most up-to-date theories, policies, practices, everything about education at the moment that will impact how students learn, looking at teaching methods, understanding students' needs, and also how to run a tutoring business. As I say, for some of you, you may well be already an established professional tutor, and this course may be just that you want to be brought up to date with the most sort of current practices and theories to enhance what you do already. And for some of you, you might be starting out, and this course will definitely help you. As I say, it's delivered online. You can study at your own pace, just with those couple of weekly online sessions where you'll have to sort of join us. That way you won't miss out on the sense of community in traditional in-person courses, because of the regular live group sessions. And indeed, by joining this course, you get the same benefits as any student on any of the University of Worcester courses, whether it be online courses or face-to-face. You'll have all the support, and I'll come back to that a little bit later. The good news, no exams on this course. You'll be assessed through written coursework and some portfolios, and also you'll have in that portfolio, there's an expectation for you to do 36 hours of actual tutoring, whether that be paid employment or voluntary, and we will help if you have any problems finding that volunteer experience. But certainly that 36 hours is something that we put as integral to the course, because what we want is, in our course, we want to give you plenty of information and obviously the theory behind things, but also we want to give you the opportunity to use it in practice. Therefore, we have two modules. The first module, which is about the developing tutor, is all about the learning about all the information, all the theory that you'll want to hear. And the second module is called the effective tutor. And that's where we will ask you to do some tutoring, reflect on it, support your reflections with theory, and be able to see what the impact has been on the learners that you are supporting. So placement is central to this course, and you will have to do that minimum of 36 hours professional tutoring. It's important to say that both modules are mandatory to be able to get the qualification of postgraduate certificate in professional tutoring. So you will have to complete both, and it's normally envisaged that you'll do this within a year. There is plenty of time booked in on the course, built in for you to be able to do your own study, and also obviously work towards assessments. We feel that tutoring is an excellent and flexible way to help young learners improve their performance in a subject or area of work. And it's important for you as students on the course, whether you're graduating, self-employed, or registered with the tutoring agency, it offers you a rewarding opportunity to make a significant difference in learners' lives. Course highlights, obviously, because of the flexibility, you will be able to study alongside work and family commitments because the course is fully online. And as I say, we have those one or two sessions per week. You might have to you will have to actually join with us. Assessment, there are going to be 2 assignments, one attached to each of the modules, and full information about those is also on our website. Entry requirements, typically, we'd be looking at people who have already got an undergraduate degree, because this is obviously postgraduate level. And we would normally suggest for the demands of the course, it's a 2-2 or above, granted by a UK higher education institution or an accredited equivalent qualification. We also suggest, for the need of the quality of academic writing, that you've also got a grade C or 4 or above in English and maths. Having said that, we do appreciate that many tutors have got many skills and a lot of experience, and some people have not taken a typical route into tutoring, and by typical I'm talking through sort of education channels and then into teaching and something else maybe. Some people who might be coming to this from an experience of working in engineering for a long time, so we've got high
George, I think he was thinking of you.
Things like that. What we would do in that situation is we'd like to hear from you. We'd like to hear what you believe your strengths are, and we would welcome applications from people. If they haven't got those entry requirements, we'd probably have an interview with you just to ascertain that the course is right for you, and that you feel that you'd be able to complete it. So what do you do if you want to join our course? Well, the first thing to do is, obviously you're here today, so you're finding out all about it. The other thing to do is to have a look at our university website, where you look at the postgraduate certificate in professional tutoring. To find that, you could put it into a Google search, or if you go to our University of Worcester page and search postgraduate courses, you'll find a tab where it says education. So if you go to education courses, you'll then get a range of education courses. You might like to have a look at some of the others, but of course this is going to be the best one for you as tutors. And you'll see on the page, right at the top, when you choose professional tutoring as the option, you'll see the details, the fact that it starts in September 2025, it's online and part-time, and under that you'll see the Apply Now button. I'm thrilled to be able to say to you here on World Tutors Day that the course is now fully approved. We've gone through a rigorous quality assurance process to get this course approved and starting to develop, and we've had formal approval just this week. In fact, the good news for that is that we've already got students who've applied and have been accepted onto the course. So if you apply now, you'll be joining a growing list of people who want to come and join us. The course will be co-delivered between myself and Julia and some other colleagues from Qualified Tutor and from the University of Worcester. The delivery will be online, as we've said, but there will be opportunities for you to develop good relationships with people within the course, both your peers and also lecturers as well. It's important to state that the reason that this is so pioneering is not, it's going to be wonderful CPD, wonderful academic improvement for people, but also it brings with it all the support you would expect to get if you were studying a course at the University of Worcester. By that I mean you get a personal academic tutor who will look after you and your academic needs, but also your pastoral needs throughout the course, and really urge you to sort of make that relationship with them. There'll be regular check-in points that are formalised and put in the timetable, but also we encourage people to contact their PAT tutor at all times if they've got an issue, a problem, a question, or just to tell them some good news as well. But we are there to support. You'll also have access to full student services, albeit through an online version. So we do have an organisation called First Point. First Point is what it suggests. It's the first point of call for anybody who is a student to go and seek advice. And that advice can be all sorts of things to do with student finance. It can be to do with study on the course. It can be to do with employment issues. It could be anything, basically. Students at the University of Worcester go to First Point for a whole raft of things. And what they do is they triage and signpost to the support services that are there, including disability services. We have a lot of dyslexia support as well. So you'd be able to access all of that. The one thing with it being an online course is we need to make sure that all of our reading materials are accessible and available. We have a fantastic library called The Hive, which is based in the city centre. It's a unique library. It's the only library in Europe that is a joint arrangement between local council and the university. So members of the public are allowed to use it, but also it's a study library as well. If you do apply for the course and you are close to Worcester, you will have full access to those library services. But also, even if you're doing this remotely, which we expect the majority will be, you'll also have access to the online services. That includes the full range of the library. So you'll be able to do your research by simply typing into the library website whichever book or whichever topic you're looking for. We will have a reading list for the course. That reading list is going to be materials that we think are going to be specifically helpful for you during the course. And obviously, with this being an online course, we are ensuring that all copies of the texts that we suggest will be available as a digital copy for you to be able to download or access online. You will also, through library services, have the services of our librarians. And our librarians are there to help you with all manner of academic support. When you go onto the library website, you will see videos and tutorials. They have Teams chats, they have workshops from time to time, seminars, online seminars that you can join in with. But they're also at the end of an email or their chat facility to be able to answer any questions that you've got. They will be able to help you with things like referencing in what will be the Harvard style of referencing and point you in the direction of all sorts of support. We also have the Centre for Academic English, and they can help you with more specific writing as well. Finally, we also have writers in residence. So if writing is something that you haven't done for a while and you're not sure about doing that sort of academic level 7-ness, as we call it, with regards to writing, you can make an appointment with our writers in residence and they will meet with you online. You can share a piece of writing with them and they will be able to look at it and give you some advice and tips and tricks for sort of leveling up your work. The beauty of the writers in residence is that they are not academics and they're not librarians. They are writers. They are authors within their own right, and they come and give a viewpoint which is quite unique, which is from an author's point of view. I can give it you from an academic point of view, but they look at it from the real quality of writing, and they're quite amazing. So what do you do if you're interested? Well, the first thing you can do is, if you want more information, you can go on to the Postgraduate Certificate in Professional Tutoring website. As I said, through the University of Worcester, postgraduate courses, education courses, and then you'll find our certificate. You can register for updates and you can arrange a Teams call with one of us, and we can arrange that sort of within the next few weeks leading up to the start in September. Or if you think, yeah, this is definitely for me, you can apply now, and the blue apply now button is live. As I say, we've already got some students who've signed up. I hope that this has been useful to be able to share with you. As I say, I do apologise for not being there to be able to answer in person any questions that you might have. But as I say, Julia will be there. She can answer most, if not all, of the questions. She thinks she won't have the answers, but believe me, she probably will. And also you can register for those updates. So if you've got any specific questions, you can get in touch. Also, if you'd like to ask a direct question, not even through the update button, if you'd like to email me, feel free to do so. My name is Andy Hale, and my email address is andy.hale@worc.ac.uk. So that's andy.hale@worc.ac.uk. And I'm sure Julia will let you have that email address in the chat as well as we're moving along. So I hope that's been really helpful to you. I hope that some of you, all of you, will come along and join this course. We're really excited. I've got 35 years of experience within education, and I was a primary school head teacher before coming to the university, and I've been here sort of 5.5 years now. And this is a new venture, really looking forward to it. I had a wonderful year of working in collaboration with Julia and Odette at Qualified Tutor, and we just know that this is going to be a really exciting course, and one that I think will have wonderful impacts on the teaching and learning that young learners, that you as tutors will be teaching, and it will be something that I think we'll be very proud of. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye-bye.
Well done, Andy. He smashed it, didn't he? Jenna, you just asked whether Andy's been replying to emails, and no, that's not him. So I'd love to, I'll answer that in just a second as well. Sunita, any chance you could turn your video on so that I can go through some additional information and answer any questions? I'm just grabbing Andy's email address, and I'm going to drop it in the chat for you. He's right. I don't think I have all the answers, but I'll give it a good go. It's such a funny thing. It's a really, really healthy partnership. We're really bringing our shared expertise to the table. You can see that he's a thoroughly nice person. Okay, so I've just given you Andy's thing. Three things I think that he hadn't mentioned yet. One is the 60 credits of the PGPT can go towards an MA. Which is, and the MA is 180 credits, so it takes you a third of the way there, which is lovely. And they will very much want you to do the MA with them in their education, in the Institute of Education. So they'll be really eager and supportive of that. There will be a live meetup with Andy at BET. So Andy will be joining us on day 2 of BET, and we've got a room for the day. So mostly we're going to be downstairs this year in the on the floor with a stand. They're making a tutor village area for us, like the equivalent of the Send one. So we'll be there, but on the Thursday, I think it is, we'll all be, or certainly those of us on the PGPT will be doing some fun stuff with Andy. And yes, you do get to wear cap and gown at the end of it. We will be going to Worcester and having an in-person graduation, so we get to wear all the gear, so that's really fun. Not like in Mamma Mia, because, well, I mean, it could be. It was good. Okay, so now let's do questions. Jenna, you did you have a question?
I have so many questions. Dear God, dog. First of all, why dog?
Was dog.
This is fair. I think she is agreeing with you. She's nodding.
I've got a new photo series going on the family group at the moment. I keep taking photos of Moxie flopped out because of the weather.
Yes.
And it's called the Dead Dog series, and they're going brilliantly.
Yes. Oh my God. I wish I'd been doing that.
There you go.
I have several questions. I think one of them is, you mentioned before that we get to do IRL stuff during. Is that right? And if so, when?
Can you be more specific, please? IRL stuff. What do you mean?
At Worcester.
Yeah. So we have physical access to all of the Worcester resources, so we can very
we can just go and use their. Wait, yeah. Oh, right, because you said we're actual students of the uni, so we get to. Oh my God,
I'll meet you at the student bar.
I was thinking the library bar.
Oh, okay.
Because it's quite close to me.
Oh, awesome. Yes, student discount. I really think there is a student card. I really do. Georgina asked the question.
By a new company now. It's not NUS anymore. And you can actually get it anyway, and the teacher discounts are slightly better in the first place, and tutors count. Totem, yes, that's the one. Thank you.
Totem, writing down Totem.
I've got it, and I keep forgetting to use it because I'm somehow messed up some of the tech and locked myself out of some of it. But you also get a taste card with it and a bunch of other stuff. But the actual university student card that you sometimes get from unis are sometimes worth more than the equivalent of the NUS card now.
Okay, so yes,
Yeah,
you will be a
so-
fully enrolled university student and have access to all the resources, support, and opportunities.
And do we get to do like us stuff there that's like specific, or is it like informal stuff besides grad?
So I haven't planned anything in Worcester besides I've got the BET event and I've got the graduation event set up. Worcester would be really, really happy for us to create an event, but what I'd rather do is first speak to the students on the course, and we'll work out what date works for us, and then we'll book a room.
Okay.
But Worcester are slightly obsessed with us right now, so they're going to say yes.
I like it, and I'm so excited that it's Worcester, because I was, for several reasons, already looking at courses at Worcester, because there are two universities that are surprising me at the moment. One of whom I've got a course set up with. So Worcester being one of them, the amount of stuff that's really, really pivotal coming out of their ed place, but also Loughborough.
Okay.
Some of the neurodiversity education stuff that's about to come out and in the or melting my brain, but that's not relevant. Sorry. Oh God, what was the other question? There was another question.
Worcester, IRL,
yeah,
student card will be
it was more about the course.
Okay. Thinking time come back to you?
Yeah.
Okay, Julie.
For the cost, does it have to be paid up front, or can it be spread over a payment schedule, which is probably what Jenna was thinking, but I want to know too.
That was one of them. Thank you.
But Jenna, if it wasn't, then you can still ask yours. Julie, the answer is there is a person. It's the finance services or something person, and there will be an answer to that. So we've had that question already. We've pointed people to them, and that's the answer. Let me see if I can pull up that email. Do you have any other questions, or shall I see what Sunita has up her sleeve?
I have, but I can't remember them.
Okay, Sunita, what are your questions?
Sorry, I haven't been looking at the terminal straight. It's just that I'm trying to manage 2 terminals at a time. So apologies for that. But thank you. That was a good heads up about what the course is going to be looking like. Like I asked you last time, is there any specific date, for the course to start, and any specific date that you're looking at that you would like to earmark just for us to sort of do the course if we intend to do one, and any rough idea of what this would look like?
Yeah,
so basically got work commitments, so I'm just trying to think. Is that
okay, awesome. Okay, I found the link that Andy gave the last person who asked this question, so that's there. It seems to be an FAQ list from the registry, and I think I will find a clear answer on that question, and maybe put it in the community.
Evenings, etc. So would that be one whole day, or would that be spread over 2 days?
Okay, so we don't run events that are longer than 2 hours. They really tend to be about 90 minutes with some buffer time. And we do not yet have the schedule because the university has not announced their schedule yet, but you will have it. That the commitment is that you should have every timetable within 6 weeks of it starting. So each semester you'll have plenty of time ahead to plan. It's one of the things that I get to teach Andy is the way tutors work and how organized we need to be. And so he'll understand. So we'll work on that schedule as soon as we have it. You'll have it.
Lovely. Just helps us to plan around the work.
I remember you have a morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But there are no intended evening sessions at all, isn't there? Nothing that you plan to do.
Currently, we're not planning to run evening sessions. Again, there are pros and cons to each scheduling option, but usually people tutor in the evenings.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah. So yes, we will give you the schedule as soon as we possibly can, Julie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Jenna, did it come back to you?
Yeah, no, it's gone.
It's gone again. George, questions?
Oh no, I remember.
No, you're
Two
gonna have to wait
things.
now. No,
First
take
of
a
all,
ticket.
when you give a presentation during the day, is it going to be re-recorded in case you can't make it?
Everything will be recorded. There will be an expectation of participation in live events. I think the university guideline is something like 90% live attendance, because otherwise it becomes a self-paced course, which loses so much of the joy of online learning. So so everything will be recorded for you, and let's say it's, you know, gives you the freedom to go back over the resources rather than to not attend.
Okay. And also, what is level 7 writing?
Okay. So there's actually a very specific technical answer to that. Level 7 writing, if you look up the regulatory qualifications framework, there is a specific definition for level 7 writing, which is broken down in the assessment criteria that you will see before you actually need to submit any writing. But the answer is to take the theory and apply it to your practice. And that's really the short answer. And yes, there's lots of language around that, but we will structure and support you in being able to do that. There are also, in addition to the resources that Andy described, there will be sessions planned that are specifically about level 7 writing. So we will never set you a task without scaffolding you with everything that you need beforehand. George knows what I mean. Jenna, it's gone again.
So how much contact time is there, like teaching?
Between 2 and 4 hours a week.
And that's standard university term timing.
University term timing, exactly right.
At the end, when you, like, is it like pass or fail, or is there like grade?
Yeah, it's pass or fail, and that's standard in postgrad. Internally, there will be certainly feedback and probably grades, but your certificate will only say pass.
Did they? I missed some of it, obviously, because do we have like a start date yet? Like, is it going to be the October start or the September start? September
start. Don't worry, it won't fall on any Jewish holidays. Yeah, September start.
Okay. Can I ask you for a personal help, which is, can you maybe spend a little bit of time with me on the application, because I'm really scared?
I'd love to. I would absolutely love to. Let's book that in separately. Julie, what were you just saying there?
No, you know how Odette does her join us and get certified today mornings?
Yeah.
I'm sure
yes,
we are not the only people that are going, oh, I've got to do this damn application.
Yeah.
Honestly, we're all a bunch of babies around here. Yes, I will do that. I will do that. If you could then also you know, organize my life, then that would be great. Yes. Something like Wednesday next week. I will find
actually that works really well.
Okay, awesome. Good idea.
Just thinking, you know, could be an idea. And yeah, no.
Go on, say.
I've just noticed what I think it's what Sunita's put in the chat with is it a 1-year course or 2? I presume if you wanted to, you could do 1 module this year and 1 module next.
So there's been a lot of conversation around that. It is not designed to be a flexible course because module 2 builds on module 1.
Yeah.
But if you needed to pause for sensible reasons, then we have factored that into the rules. And I think you get up to 3 years to complete the course.
Okay, so supplementary
It might be
question.
2, but I think it's 3.
Are they simultaneous or are they concurrent? Ooh, big words.
Those are both the same thing. They meant the same thing.
They do, don't they?
Did
Are
you
they
mean
one after the other,
simultaneous or
or are they both at
sequential?
the same time?
No, one after the other.
Okay.
First you'll be doing the first you will be doing, hold on, yes, you can come and take it, it's just there.
The developing tutor.
First you're doing the developing tutor and picking up all the theory, and then you'll do the practical, because we want you to be able to refer to all the ideas of number 1 in number 2. You didn't see, but Ben just is rocking an awesome haircut right now.
We saw a little wave. And
Yeah, he did stop to wave, didn't he?
Is there like, so I have tried to do university first when I was 8, and then when I was like 13. And
you
then
might have been too young.
Yes, I was too young, and also for various reasons wasn't allowed to finish. But we're working on my CV yesterday. My VA had not realized quite how much university I'd done and how much I've worked at universities, and it was very confusing because it was before I was 18, so it made the ordering very difficult, because I was a PhD research assistant for a while.
You are entertaining, Jenna.
Yeah. So my questions are, I don't remember enough of starting uni the first few times, and the last time was OU, so I'm not sure that there's a lot.
I don't remember starting uni, but that's because of Freshers Week.
Do we get a Freshers Week? No,
100%.
You know,
Andy was saying it's going to be so interesting because he's so used to undergrads. He's like, I'm usually work with 18 to 22s. I'm like, yeah, but the same, but different.
Yeah, absolutely. So is there like, are there like textbooks or like anything like that, or any pre-reading? And second question, do we get like an Athens login or equivalent?
Yeah, you get 100 logins.
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes.
Because they wouldn't let me into the hospital library to go and access the medical journals because there were no nurses free to take me down and read the medical research.
You will have all the logins.
So the first bit was, is there like, are we gonna like reading for prep? I assume there's going to be during stuff.
Yes, there will be a reading list. George has the beginnings of it already. There will be a reading list. My book is on it. Yay! And do you know, want to hear something awesome? My book was already in the library when Andy asked for it.
That's exciting.
Well done, Crown House. So what does that mean for you? Yes, we will have access to all the library online and in person. And yes, there will be a reading list, and it will be all the things that you want to read.
And when is the reading list provided at the beginning of the course or in advance?
Both. It will be provided in advance. There will also be an online induction day right at the end of the summer, at the beginning, just before the term actually starts, which will just be culture setting and getting to know who's on the course. And then there will be additional information, resources, content drip fed to you on the online platform, which is called Blackboard. There's a Blackboard and there's a Pebble Pad, and there's loads of acronyms. But
we're using both.
Yeah, I think we're using both.
I still have Blackboard running.
Okay, awesome. I think these systems will become extremely intuitive, and Andy is extremely patient with the housekeeping that's required to get us all up on the systems and comfortable so that it becomes effortless.
When do we do the first
assessment?
Yeah.
So the assessments happen at the end of each term, the summative assessment, and all the way along the way, there will be tasks, written tasks. Most of them will be reflective, open-ended. Some of them will be group activities, and they will build up to the final assessment for that module. And nothing will blindside you.
when it comes to the assessments, is it like courseworky?
Yes, not
Okay.
not exams. Andy specifically just said in that recording just before you arrived, he said there's no exams on this course. So it's all high challenge, low threat. Yeah, nobody is gonna, there's no pressure being ramped on you. And there's a lot of mindfulness around the fact that we are working people and we can't get distracted by this course. We have to be supported by this course.
So that's reminds me of one of the big questions, which is,
What
so when you do undergrad as a disabled person, there are specific like pathways and supports and stuff. I know we've talked a little bit about it way back when you first announced the course, but when I know it's always different at postgrad anyway. It's department specific and course specific often, but because I am conscious, first of all, that I am still really struggling with the postdoc everything. The fact that I've suddenly got menopause to deal with out of the blue is a lot, and people are saying it's gonna take several years for me to get used to this. And I it's a low level of anxiety for me at the moment because I have the brain fog. I had brain fog with all my other conditions. Holy shit. But that's a whole, but with all of that,
correct
as
use
well
of
as
technical term, I'd say.
plus like the normal stuff.
I would say.
We talked briefly about some of the types of support that might be useful for people like me.
So the personal academic tutor,
the
first point, which is their first point of call, resource signposting service, the writer in residence, the librarian, and QT.
Okay.
And everybody else on the course.
I was going to say, I really expect there to be some sort of unofficial, we're all doing this support group somewhere along the line, because that's who we are.
That's who we are.
That is who we are.
Yeah.
So that's kind of part of the question is, maybe it can start informally with the do the applications together sessions and then just not stop. But like so every course I have applied to in university I've worked with, usually the first port of call is to talk to the people running the course about what the process for accessing the support is. So this is me asking who I assume it's you that
it's half me, Jenna, because I'm really, really mindful that we have to stay in the university to pull on all the resources. So for example, my intention is to ask Andy to participate in our application shared session.
So should it be Andy that I drop an email to and say, hi, I'm a student with accessibility needs, help?
Yes, and Andy will point you to some really, really good people, some of whom I've met, and I was really impressed by them. There is a genuine commitment to doing things well in terms of supporting neurodiversity and access.
I have been on peripheries of some of the stuff that they've changed over the past few years, and it's one of the reasons why I was really looking at Worcester. So yeah. Also my VA is around the corner from there, which is very good.
That's very useful.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So one more question.
Go on then.
What transitions, preparation, my brain, summer help? What do?
Okay. Baby steps.
Yeah. I'm terrified.
Application.
Yes.
And then rest.
And then read Julia's book.
But also, but also the brain. What is my phone do? I've got a BSE mobile now, and it sounds like JSE every time I say BSE. that every Saturday it just decides all of the notifications at once. But like, so I have been doing a whole bunch of courses to try and get brain in the zone, but is there anything besides, it's one of these I was asking about advanced reading lists, but also the writing bit and the just that brain space bit, is there anything specific that
There will be lots of specific things once the course starts.
Okay.
I don't think it needs to start before it starts.
Okay.
Okay. So we will do the application together. We will send you the pre-reading as part of that process. And then we will not do anything until the course starts. We will have our open day welcome session at the end of August, and then we will start the course in September, and you will love it from start to finish. You do not need to stress. You do not need to worry. It will be all the things that you love learning and talking about at the level that you really can feel stretch. It's going to be great.
Okay. I also have just realized I'm going to be doing I'm doing a law course, an education law course next year as well. And then I've got 2 full-time students, and I have suddenly realized that this is a lot for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so exciting.
I agree. Julie, what's the answer to the question?
So I had a look through their tuition something policy. And it says UK and EU settled or pre-settled status students not eligible for or not electing to take out an undergrad tuition fee loan are normally required to pay their fees in one of the following ways: in full at registration, in 6 equal instalments by credit or debit card starting on the 1st of the month following the course start date as detailed below, or 3 settlements if studies are completed within 1 semester.
So 6 payments.
So September, first payment for courses starting in September, first payment would be October and the last payment would be March.
Okay.
And taking the fees, that works out at, because I can't do big numbers, a little bit under £600 a month.
Thank you so much for doing that research.
That is really helpful.
That was awesome. Good find. George, any more questions?
Yeah, I've got one. When you pass this course, how can you actually broadcast? I am wonderful. I'm a lot better than everybody else. Come and see me.
Do you get post nominals and stuff?
Of course you do.
Yeah, it's a PG cert.
Yeah, 100%. You'll be one of the first people carrying the postgraduate certificate in professional tutoring.
Does that mean we've got a fight over who gets certificate number 1? Is it done alphabetically?
Oh no!
I mean, there are
I'm
some
middle of the alphabet in 2 ways.
I was going to say, I know some people have already gone through the whole application process.
There you go.
But does it go by when you've registered?
Does it need to? I don't
Does
know.
it go by alphabet?
Can we just all go at the same time? Do we get a special thing on our certificates that says like inaugural or like first? Or...
Don't know yet. I cannot ad lib those things. This is proper, mate. And I think you're going to have to butter up Andy, Julie. That's going to be the only way to get 001.
I don't know if I want 001.
That's a lot of pressure.
Also, there's an academic integrity conversation going on here. So let's just pause and back up a little bit. Yes, George, you will have a certificate and you will have post-nominals, and you will be able to shout from the rooftops that you have completed a qualification that qualifies you. It's almost like you could become a qualified tutor.
We need like a QT photo shoot, graduation photo shoot, like a proper.
I was going to say, if there's a graduation, there is going to be a class graduation photo, which is going to be used by both the university and QT for a lot of their promotional stuff. So you're going to be promoted anyway, without doing your own promotional stuff. So yeah, it's going to be there. And of
Maybe.
course,
I'm
if
gonna
you
have to
remember
get my
QT,
hair
then
done.
you're on their directory already. Yes,
Mhm.
one would hope so. So yeah, there's stuff there that's. Are we going to have a special tick box on the directory to say like we've got the?
I would have
We
thought
are
so.
going to have a special tick
Now I need to get on the
for that.
directory. I need to
For that
Excuse
to-
me, how are you not on the directory? Did I tell you that I got a new student from Singapore in the directory from the directory this week?
Yeah.
She's delicious. I started with her this morning at 7:30 in the morning. It was fabulous.
No.
How is 7:30 in the morning in any way alongside the word fabulous?
It really
No.
was.
Just
It
no.
really, really was. It
No.
was. If you'd asked me
No.
7:30 at night, not so fabulous. But 7:30 in the
yeah.
morning. There you go. There you go. We've got the whole day covered. Right, silly billies. I'm going to stop now because
Hang on.
yes.
I have. This is probably not being familiar enough with unis. So each uni has their own colours, right, for gowns. So we get the Worcester coloured gowns. Is that right?
Yes.
We go and look them up
thingies.
because
Pardon?
check that it's I
Yeah.
think so.
Do you know what they are?
No, let's look them up. Julie's looking them up
Is
now.
it different for like undergrad versus postgrad, or is it all the same colours?
We'll find out in a minute. Sunita, anything else? These two are getting silly over here.
I'm enjoying all this.
Yeah, it's
But
actually
thank you, because even the small little things like, I mean, it's just the enthusiasm. So yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of excitement and enthusiasm. Sorry, I've been a bit quiet and keeping my video on off, but yeah, this has been lovely. Thank you, everyone.
You're
It's been
such a joy,
amazing.
Sunita.
Thank you.
Okay.
Did you find it, Paula?
Academic
It's
dress.
blue.
The gowns are black and the hoods are lined with teal and silver.
And it says that the different blues are to indicate different qualifications.
We can find stuff out.
Okay, this is very
I'm
exciting.
dyeing my hair blue.
You guys are way silly. George, thank you very much for bringing some sensible to this conversation. Julie, your hair is continuing awesome. Jenna, I'm so glad
Chaos.
you're doing well. Sorry about menopause. Full stop. Sorry about menopause. Sunita, you're such a joy. I really, really look forward to welcoming you all onto the course. And I will let you know when our joint application session will be.
And what our checklist for bringing with us is, please.
Got it.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Happy
Thanks,
World Tutors
guys.
Day.
Bye. Bye.